Okay, let's make some sauerkraut. So first things first, when we make sauerkraut, we do not, most of us in Germany, we do not ferment the cabbage. This is just shredded fermented cabbage. So just salt added to it. So we turn that into a dish. So this is just the main part of it. Because a lot of people think that I ferment my cabbage. No, I don't. So I always buy this one because it's just salt, water, and the cabbage. That's it. So that's the main one. Then I like to use smoked ham hocks. You need a large onion, salt and pepper, caraway seeds, very important. Also, don't knock it till you try it, a can of crushed pineapple juice. I use it in their own juice with no extra sugar added. Some olive oil, just to saute the onions and everything. And at the end, you need a small, just peeled potato. And I'll show you why. Okay, let me heat up the pot first. Here we go. And then let's start. One more thing. So I'm going to put these in a strainer and get rid of all the liquid in there. I'm going to taste a little bit and see how salty it is. So, but I always get rid of the liquid. All right, let's put a little bit of olive oil in here. You can use lard or whatever. I just don't have any, so I'm using olive oil. This is already hot enough. Yep. Make sure put them in there quick. Just a little bit of salt to sweat it. Okay, we'll turn that down. There. And let this go for at least 2 minutes. And then we'll see how they look. Okay, this is about 2 minutes later. So I only drained one of the bags. And I'm gonna add this in here now. I tasted it, it's not very salty, which is good. So I'm gonna saute this for a little while. I kind of want it to get just a little bit of color. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But also we were gonna get a little bit more color when we put in the ham hocks. So I'm just gonna let this saute just for like 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I'll let you know how long it takes. So while the cabbage is sauteing a little bit, kind of, sort of, whatever, we are gonna go to this step. Use the little potato and grate it on the smallest, the small holes. And that's the very last thing that we're gonna add to the sauerkraut. Watch your knuckles. Also, if you have the dried potato flakes with nothing added, you can use like a couple of tablespoons of that. This is just to kind of thicken it up just a little bit. So that's how my mom always did it with the potato. So that's how I'm gonna do it. Okay, it's getting a little close. Okay, here we go. There. Yep, that's plenty. Okay, like I said, that comes in all the way at the end. Okay. So now I'm just gonna add the whole bag with the juices and everything in here. Second one. Okay. Stir it up. Also, what I'm adding to it now is the crushed pineapple. I know every time I tell somebody about it, they're like, oh, I'm not sure about that. But when they taste it, if you don't tell anybody and they taste it, that thing is amazing. And have no clue there's pineapple in it. It just gives a sweetness to it and a different level of flavor. It's just, you don't taste pineapple. It just tastes different. So I suggest you can try that. So now let's bring that back up. So let's see. I'm going to add some pepper. Half a teaspoon maybe. I don't know. Salt I'm not going to put in there yet because I want to see how it is towards the end. You can always add more, you can't take away. So you see, nice handful of caraway seed, maybe 2. So a heaping tablespoon or tablespoon and a half. Okay, here we go. And now I'm also going to add the ham hocks. So I'm just going to make some space here. Add these in. There we go. And then let this come to a simmer. Wait. Here. Now, I'm just going to add the potatoes here on top. Like I said, if you have potato flakes, put them on there. It's fine. It's going to cook into it. Okay, let me rinse my hands. Okay. And all I need to do now is get a lid, cover it, and let it simmer for at least 2 hours. So I just checked this. This has been simmering for about 10 minutes. It was kind of low, so I added a little bit more water to it. And I'm just gonna keep checking every like 20 minutes, but right now it smells great, looks great. So lid back on and I check again in 20 minutes. Okay, here we go, another 20 minutes. Looking pretty good. See, it's starting to get like this golden color. That's sort of what you want. Look how far the bone, oh well, let me get the, there we go. How much is shrinking. The bone is coming away from the meat. This is perfect. I'm gonna let it go for at least another 40 minutes. Alrighty, 2 hours later. Smells so good. Look at this. Look how nice and rich everything looks. This is what sauerkraut is supposed to look like. You can also use, if you don't want to use pork, you can use smoked turkey. They have like turkey drumsticks that are smoked, or a lot of smoked stuff there. Whatever you like, just use it. Look how it's falling apart. So I'm going to make some pork chops with it. And I'm going to boil some potatoes. Not sure if I'm going to make mashed potatoes or just regular boiled potatoes. I'm going to take all this out because all the flavor has been taken out of it. And it's in the sauerkraut. And all these, oh, my mouth is watering. And there are all these little bits of meat here. Yeah, they're all mine. So I have 2 friends coming for dinner. They don't know what I had in here. So, okay, there's a little bit more. Oh, that's a good piece. Yep. Okay, let me turn this off. Oh, I already did. I taste it now, and just to see if it's too sour or if it's still too sour for everybody or for anybody, put a little bit more, put some honey in it or just a little bit of sugar. And salt, I have not added any salt other than what I used for the onions. So let's try. Let's try it. Okay, that's gonna be hot. Ouch, hot. Mmm. So good. It doesn't need any salt. It's a little, just a little sour. I'm gonna put a little bit more, not more, but just a little honey. Plenty, like a big tablespoonful. That's it. And this is it. It's done. So I'm gonna show you the table in a little bit after I set it, and then there's more meat. Nope, that's a little bone. Yeah, the table setting, and then you will see if I use regular potatoes or if I make mashed potatoes. All right, here we go.